Hello and welcome to the next chapter in our series, Pocket Production. My name is Ryan Wilcox. I'm a media consultant in the Duderstadt Center at the University of Michigan. And in this session, we're going to talk about working with audio. We spent a lot of time discussing the shooting of video. Between lighting, stability, shot composition, we've covered a lot of ground. However, there's one component of video that we have yet to discuss. And I might dare to say it's the most important part, and that's the audio. I'm a director, an editor, a camera operator. I am an exceedingly visual person, but the sound is more important. One of the most important things I can say throughout all of these videos what was that? Oh, hold on, let me start again. The audio is more important. We as viewers can take bad video far longer than we can tolerate bad audio. I know that you would never take your mobile device and just hold it up in the air and say, all right, we're rolling, ready to shoot, action. All without looking through the viewfinder. Well, video people like me do this all the time with audio. We all just trust that the microphone is using the same data that the camera is using, and unfortunately, this is not the case. We need to pay attention to the sound. If you can't conduct the interview, shoot B-roll, hold the camera, and monitor the audio levels, maybe it's time you get a production team together. This will make producing your video much easier, and the quality will be far better if you can divide your production amongst a few people. More importantly, if you have 2 to 4 people with you, now you likely have multiple mobile devices, which means multiple cameras and multiple microphones. Let's create a situation. I have a shot of 2 people sitting off in the distance, but the viewers are going to listen in on their conversation. There's a lot of noise occurring between the microphone on the camera and then the sound that they're making off in the distance. Our brain is great at filtering out buses, cars, airplanes, other people surrounded in the scene you're creating, but the microphone on the camera isn't that good. It just can't capture individual sounds. It's just going to capture everything between the camera and the talent, and it makes it harder to hear what's going on. Yes. Why am I the only person in this classroom? Well, with multiple mobile devices, we now have options. Each phone is also a microphone. You can position a phone next to the person that you want to hear. I can even put it in my pocket and use it as a lavalier. This is unattractive, and if my shirt makes noise or if I touch it, it's going to cause issues. But this gets the microphone close to your face. You can use a simple audio recording app. There are many free and inexpensive ones out there. So what you do is you hit record on your microphone and record on the camera. Get all in position and have your actor clap a couple of times. As long as the camera sees it and ultimately it is heard by the microphone, you have a synchronization point, and then you continue to act out your scene. When editing later, you use that hand clap to synchronize the audio that you can see spike in your video track, as well as the video of the hands coming together. Why am I the only person in this classroom? You've seen this in movies since the very beginning of sound in movies. It's the clapboard. Day 1, scene 2, take 29. This is exactly why this is used, because the sound and picture have almost always been recorded separately and put together later. Have multiple phones and multiple actors? You can put a microphone on each person in your production. Having multiple mics allows individual volume control of each person, which is a little easier to work with in post-production, though now you're juggling multiple audio sources. You can certainly use the microphone on your camera, but there are absolutely better quality mics out there. Of course, these do have costs associated with them, but I want to share a few options that are available to you. Rode is one company that makes microphones for mobile devices. Their Smart Lav Plus is a terrific lavalier microphone that sounds really nice. They also make an adapter that allows you to attach two lavalier microphones and a set of headphones to your phone. Upon recording, you get both microphones captured to separate audio tracks, and you can hear the recording while it's happening and monitor your levels. Now, when shooting, you're always going to want to get a couple of moments of what's called room tone. When editing, it can be very disrupting to have the background noise just disappear when you're adding a moment or two for pacing purposes. Listen. Gathering a couple of minutes of sound of the space gives you some additional freedom to add in sound when necessary. There should be no talking, no movement, no rustling of keys, drinking of beverages. Just sit there and capture your sound. Always do this for each location. It'll really come in handy when needed. I tend to recommend 30 to 90 seconds. Go a couple minutes if you have time. So, what have we covered? Sound is more important, and we cannot ignore it during our production. We've talked about using second and even third mobile devices as individual microphones. We've gone over techniques for synchronizing your footage while editing and discussed some available tools to assist you in your audio capture. I hope this has been informative. Now let's get out there and record something. My name has been Ryan Wilcox, and I will see you at the next session.